Sure, abuti honestly.
Principal, kindly pull up the slide on the screen, the transformation slide, and also just get from whoever is responsible for the. One of my colleagues asked you, what positions does the foreign nationals hold? You said you just know about it, some managerial positions, or I couldn't hear properly, but you were saying some positions, but not to answer now, just get the exact positions that they are occupying by the time I come to you, Principal. Thank you. I'm going to start with the CFO. CFO, you started last year, you said.
September 2023, sir.
September 2023.
Yes.
Where were you before this?
I was at Moteo TVET College.
At Moteo.
Yes, sir.
Did you apply for this position?
Yes, I applied for this position.
And you went through an interviewing process?
Yes, correct, sir.
And that's how you were appointed?
Yes, that's correct.
You were not transferred?
No, I wasn't transferred.
Are you 100% sure?
I have an appointment letter. I'm 100%, sir.
I tell you why. Because when we were at Moteo, the principal there said you were transferred.
That is not correct.
You are stating that for the record.
I stated for the record, sir.
The principal also stated for the record. I'm going to give you another opportunity. Are you sure? Well, you went through an interview process. You were appointed, you applied, you were not transferred. You sure?
I am 100%. I got an offer letter. I resigned from Moteo after accepting the offer of Flavius, and that's how I came here.
There was no thing about family and you had to move and none of that.
My family was in Bloemfontein. My family only followed me. I couldn't afford rental and a bond at the same time, so I made a decision to relocate.
I believe you, CFO. Now, for the record, you do know that what that means is you are saying that the principal of Moteo is lying. Is she lying concerning you?
Through the chairperson, my version is the correct version.
That's not the question. I'm not asking what's your version. I'm asking, did the principal lie to the committee when she said you were transferred here?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, CFO. DDG, I've never questioned you, but I'm very interested. I've read the AG's report. How important do you consider the synchronization as the recommendation by the AG in the 2023 financial year? There was emphasis placed on the synchronization of the academic fields with what the future needs of the country is. How important do you consider that requirement? That TVET colleges must align the fields of study with the future needs of the country.
Honorable Sauls, I think we consider it very, very high. And it's something we've been driving with the TVET colleges. We held in 2022 a conference on industry partnerships, which is key for delivering any vocational programs. We then held subsequently another conference in 2023 where we were discussing the issues around the curriculum transformation of the TVET sector, which then puts us closer to that alignment or the synchronization, as you put it, my honorable member.
Thank you so much, DDG. So would you then disagree with the AG when the AG says, I quote, open quote, there has been no significant shift by TVET branch and TVET colleges in ensuring alignment between the recommendations of the quality assurance entities and the fields of studies being prioritized at the TVETs, close quote.
I don't know what informed that assertion by AG, because I can provide you with a list of programs that are already aligning with the industry needs. If you look at the space of renewable energy, colleges are already offering photovoltaic programs.
Thank you, DG. So you disagree with
I
the
disagree.
AG. Would you be so kind then to, so that we disagree on your behalf also,
Yeah.
by in writing listing to us what the significant shifts are that you have made in this regard? Is that good?
Indeed, we will provide honorable.
Thank
Sauls.
you, DDG. Thank you so much. And apologies for not allowing you to finish, but you know my time.
I'm used to it, honorable.
The acting regional manager, who occupied the position, because I heard earlier that our principal, the current principal, has been transferred here last year. Who occupied the principal's position before he arrived?
There was a person who was acting in the college,
Who?
Miss Chechile.
Sorry?
Lawrence. Miss Chechile.
Miss Chechile.
Yeah.
Is she still here?
She's still the DPA, but she has been recommended to act in another CET college in Gauteng.
So she's technically employed here but acting somewhere.
Yes.
How long has she been the principal, acting principal?
That side or this side?
Is she the acting principal that side?
Yeah, she's acting.
As the principal?
As an acting principal, yeah.
Okay, so this side, here at this college, how long has she been acting principal?
I had to go back and check the papers.
Estimate 1 year, 2 years, 3 years?
More than 2 years, I guess.
More than 2 years.
Yeah.
So she's been running the show here for more than 2 years.
Correct.
And you decide when it's time for appointment, you don't need a highly capable black African woman to continue to run the show. Why?
What I can say is, what happened is there was a request because the position was vacant. There was a person who was only acting. And there was a request to be transferred, the current principal to be transferred here. So the department approved his request. Then he was transferred here.
I don't have a problem with that. Procedurally, I'm asking, when we talk transformation and we say we are committed to transformation, we see a leadership here and we just see males. There's no females in senior leadership. Here, you have clearly a capable black African woman who's been running this institution for over 2 years. When the opportunity arises to promote her permanently, the department, through you and others, honors a request for transfer of a male. Would you agree with me? That's unfair.
Can I maybe intervene, Honorable Sauls?
Who's that?
Is the chairperson here?
Chairperson.
No, your time is paused. Your time is paused. Your question is very
What
relevant.
just happened?
Yeah, so I'm going to intervene in this format, Honorable Sauls. Your question is very relevant, but maybe if the acting regional manager could inform the committee if the position of the principal was advertised, there was shortlisting, and if that process had undergone, because we might get a response that says, that deals with the relevant question, but maybe the matter had not unfolded as yet at that time when the transfer took place, so that we deal with that particular transformation matter, but we also understand what was happening in the institution so that we don't degenerate there.
No, I want to put for the record, acting chair. You see, you have an opportunity to be promoted permanent chair. But when somebody else makes the request, we will appoint that one. Just by virtue of request. So
Proceed,
I would like to challenge that assertion too. I am not asking whether it was advertised or not. I'm saying that there was clearly an opportunity to empower a highly capable black African woman. One. Two, it's clear that based on what it looks like here in front of me, no transformation when it comes to gender equality. She qualifies in terms of capacity. She qualifies in terms of practical leadership. She qualifies in terms of gender. She's a female. She qualifies in terms of equity. She's a black African female. All the boxes are ticked. I'm trying to understand when the opportunity arose to say now is our time. You honor a request to transfer a male from another province, no problem. But the conditions as it relates to transformation is where I'm coming from. So I'm asking again, not procedurally, how the opportunity presents itself, and I put it to you, that you would have been well in your rights to empower a black African woman. Failing to do so, acting regional manager, do you think it was fair?
Depending on the condition during that particular time, the decision taken by the department, I'm of the view that it was correct to do what the department did.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Explain to me the conditions.
When the decision was taken, the requested transfer was informed by the conditions at that time. The current principal, his condition where he was, or his life, was in danger. And the department has to take a decision to save his life. At that time, that is the decision that they took, and I believe it was fair for the department, looking at the life of the current principal. Thank you.
I can't go into the details, of course, of the situation. And we obviously don't want to put at risk anybody. The gravity of the situation, in my view, I'm not minimizing what the current principal was going through in terms of safety. What I'm asking is, even in terms of safety, because I see you want to make it a degree of gravity in comparison. The department has many other placements. There's a pool of many other things or where the principal could have been transferred to. I'm asking that conditions, it is not relatively impossible to have made other alternative arrangements. So I put it to you. Are you saying that the only option to protect and ensure the safety of the current principal was to transfer him here? There was no other alternative. None. Zero.
Can I refer the question to my senior to answer the question?
You may.
Okay,
I have no problem.
okay.
May I kindly request, Honorable Sauls,
Yes,
to
sir.
repeat the question? I was engaged on something else when you were asking the question.
I'm not that important, DDG.
You are important, Honorable Sauls.
Okay,
It's just that I was disrupted by,
okay, I'll repeat.
yes.
The acting regional manager is, in response to my question of whether it was fair or not, is saying that he feels it was correct based on the conditions. I wanted to know what conditions. The conditions he describes was that there was safety issues with the current principal where he was at. So the department made the decision for his safety. He had to be transferred here. My question is, was there no other alternative places for transfer? Was this institution the only institution where the principal could have been transferred to for his safety? And he then referred to you to answer the question as his senior.
On the basis of whatever that was submitted to the seniors, because regional manager and myself are not in power to appoint a principal. And subject to the submissions that could have motivated in terms of the choices, I would say yes, indeed.
What you just nicely said, you just phrased it differently. You were saying that it's not your power to appoint, it's your power to recommend, and you recommended. And therefore you feel that recommendation is correct. But my question is, was, based on your recommendation, was this institution the only option?
Not the only option.
So there could have been other alternatives.
Yes, there could have been.
So what then justified that you did not look at all the other options in terms of your recommendation, given that what you were about to do was cap a highly capable black female African woman that you have been using to run the show here? See, this thing that you are giving the impression that we can use females, and then when the time comes to affirm them, we then don't, and the reason we give is we had to protect a male. Nothing wrong, but there was other options, as you put it for the record. Given that your recommendation did not explore other options, but your immediate decision was to rather keep the former acting principal in an acting position somewhere else, rather than giving her a substantive post that she has been acting in. Do you think that is fair on her?
Honorable Sauls, acting does not guarantee appointment.
I know that.
Yes.
So, no, hold on, DGG.
Yes,
Indeed, acting does not confirm appointment.
that's correct.
But being at risk somewhere else also does not confirm appointment.
Yes.
But in this case, it did.
Yeah, but I disagree with you to say there were no other considerations given. It might require that we submit the entire file that made recommendation for the executive authority to take a decision. It's not to say we did not look at other options. There were a number of options that were looked at. And some of them were informed because it was an issue of the state security that had to look at some of the issues, and therefore the issue of the choice then emanated from there. So there is a report that talks to that recommendation to say these are the areas that we would have looked at. And it was not looked at the time to say because there's an incumbent there that is acting. It was at a time to look at a vacancy that is available across the sector, not necessarily that Flavius was then targeted because there's a woman there. I don't think...
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I did not say you selected this because it was a female that was here. That's not what I said. What I did say is because there was a female here who has been running the institution capably so for over 2 years, was your consideration to maintain her and see other opportunities or other available places or considerations to take the principal to?
There were other considerations, opportunities for her, and there were, because now I'll have to divulge that at some point she was recommended for appointment and she declined.
Okay.
Yes.
And that you're going to provide in writing?
Yes.
All right. Chairperson, indulgence, please. Principal, let's go.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, I'm going to, we're going to get to that question. I just want to, we want to
Okay.
start there quickly. When you were doing your presentation, Principal, you were very proud in your tone when you reported on your transformation slide. Are you proud?
I am happy with this progress, however small. it
Are you
is.
proud?
I'm happy with progress, Chair.
Are you using the word happy synonymously to proud or differently from proud? Is it a lesser feeling or a greater feeling than proud?
I'm not sure how to answer that, but like I said, I'm satisfied with the progress we are
Okay.
making.
What makes you happy with that?
Like I said, the issues around gender profiles, gender equity, and I'm saying that we are making progress in terms of making sure, as you can
Principal,
see.
this is what you said when you did the presentation. You said we must look at the red line. And you spoke with so much pride that there's now less white people and more black people. Is that the element that makes you happy? Do you consider that the achievement in the transformation process?
We are making strides in the gender equity issues. We are making strides.
We're just dealing with race now. You mentioned race in your presentation, and you said to us, look at the red line. We are now having less white people and more black people. Did you consider that as the achievement, and that's what makes you happy?
To some degree, we have the responsibility of ensuring that we deal with the issues of employment of the disadvantaged groups, and we are happy with that. And I was particularly happy with the strides that we are making on the gender profile one. But
On the racial profile is what I'm asking.
okay.
Are you happy that you now have less white people and more black people? Is that what makes you happy?
Not necessarily, but I'm happy that we are actually closing the gap of
Between black and white people.
Yes.
So the less white people, the more black people, that makes you happy. It's okay, I won't blame you. You were very proud earlier. Just repeat your happiness. That's all you should do. You said it, I didn't say it, Principal. I'm now just trying to understand it. Should I pass?
Please, Honorable.
I'll pass. Where is the line for colored said Indian? I see it's blue. I would prefer it green, but I see it's blue. And you have coloreds and Indians as part of the blue line. So you added one colored and 2 Indians to the blue line. Do you agree that that blue line, in terms of reflecting transformation, is a lie? Do you agree?
Do I agree if it's a lie?
Yes, in terms of its reflection. You are saying, through the blue line, you want us to celebrate the fact that there's an increase in the previously disadvantaged category. And therefore, that's transformation to the degree of 88.4%. I'm putting to you, it's a lie. Do you agree? Let me rephrase. The message you're trying to give us is that there's an 88.4% increase in the employment of black, colored, and Indian. That's the message you're trying to give through the blue line, correct? Correct, Principal?
Yes, combined.
Combined.
Yes.
Black, colored, and Indian, 88.4%. I'm putting it to you, that's a lie. Do you agree?
Unless the honorable member takes me through the...
Okay, I'll do that. The line says 88.4%. You are trying to make us believe when there's an increase, there will be an increase of all 3 categories of racial groups. I put it to you, it's only one. Because when you then work out the percentages, 3 out of 211 makes it 1.4%. 3 combined, colored and Indian combined, is 3 people out of 211. Percentage-wise, it's 1.4% out of 88.41%. Now, if you take the colored number only, which is 1 person out of 211, and you then make it a percentage, it comes out to 0.4%. Now, Principal, that means that the colored segment there in the blue line represents 0.4%. Now, mathematically, can you consider the colored ratio as part of 88.4%?
To the extent that I understand what you are arguing.
Now,
Honorable
answer
Member.
my question. Can you mathematically, based on percentages, 1 colored out of 211 represents 0.4%. 0.4% out of 88.4%. Mathematically, can you consider colored as part of the blue line?
If you put it like that, yes, in terms of the principle, I did. But if you put it like that, and I'm not strong in mathematics,
Okay.
I would not necessarily argue.
Okay,
against
logically, Principal, this is a very serious matter to me and the committee knows. Principal, look at me, my leader. Logically, not mathematically, 0.4% in terms of percentages means what? You cannot consider it a percentage, correct?
Yes.
Meaning, logically, the colored ratio cannot be part of the blue line, correct?
I think I understand the logic fine.
Correct?
Yes.
It's correct? Meaning now, equally so, the Indian ratio represents 0.9%. If you round it off, it's 1% of 88.4. But you cannot, in a presentation like that, consider it part of the contribution to 88.4%. Therefore, I came to the conclusion that blue line is deceiving the committee to say that there's an increase. There's no increase when it comes to colored and Indian that you've coupled together in the blue line. Do you agree, Principal?
Yeah,
Yes, I do agree,
Almost done,
Honorable Member.
let's rest the
Sorry?
last one. Let's rest. I think we've labored.
We are resting. That's the reason why I asked him if he agrees, Chair.
Answer, Principal.
No, following his flow of argument, I do understand, but I think in our understanding was the sort of grouping of these designated groups. It's fine. I understand that in terms of how he argues it, I understand the logic and also appreciate and will also be considering it when we are doing our recruitment process.
Thank you, Principal. That means a lot. The foreign nationals is 5. Where are they represented in the graph? Which line?
I think I'll ask the HR, but I don't think that we had, they probably would fall, I don't want to get myself into trouble, but they will probably fall under Africans. But I will ask my manager to.
Before you go, you are saying they will probably fall under Africans. I agree. But are you saying they will fall under Africans, but coloreds and Indians won't?
What made me agree with the statement of the honorable member was the flow of his logic of the argument in terms of the percentage representativity. That's what made me agree. But if you ask me...
Let me ask you, is colored and Indian African?
I understand them to be Africans. That's basically my understanding.
Then why don't you have them part of the 211?
Maybe it's how we probably made the presentation. It gives us more problems than anything else, but I agree. We could have done better, but we thought we wanted to be specific when it comes to race in general. But I know that the concept around the race issues goes far more deeper than that. But we were just trying to be illustrative to the committee as we possibly could.
So you were going to refer where the foreign nationals falls, which line? HR was going to answer that, you said? Almost done, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The issue of foreign nationals, for the fact that they also have acquired the South African ID, then they are also on the system being employed. Then we just only, on the narrative, indicate the separation so that everybody can see that how our demographics looks like. Thank you, Chair.
But I did not understand that response. I did not understand it.
On the graph, Chair.
Where are you? I can't see the person. Oh,
Yes. Okay. In the graph,
yes.
I could not depict them and give them a specific line because they have all our South African IDs. And for that fact, that's why I...
The colored has a South African ID. The Indian has a South African ID. The white has a South African ID. Why are they not part of your graph, but they are part of the total? Come I tell you something.
Yes, sir.
You see, 88.4% is representative of 211, correct? 88.4% is reflective of 211 Africans. Is that correct?
It's not correct.
Oh.
Let me engage.
Okay.
Everybody there, when I'm doing that graph, it's inclusive of everybody, colored Indians, even the foreign nationals. But on the narrative, I was only indicating so that now you can see the demographics. Yes.
So the 88.4% is 211 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5.
The sum is not inclusive of the 211. I'm just only, if you can add 1, 2, and 3, all of them together, when they come to a total of 244, it's indicating that in our college, we have 244. But now I was splitting in terms of now specifics. We have one
Let me
colored.
just quickly how I understand it. Then you correct me rather, because I'm not following. My understanding is the total is 244 employees. Yes?
Correct.
Am I doing good so far?
Yes.
The red line is for the 25. It's reflective of how it has decreased to what it is now from 2021 to now. 25 white people.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
Right. So now it's 244 minus 25.
Mathematically, you can take it that way. Remember when you do the employment equity, it's inclusive of
No, the
all.
graph, the graph, my leader.
Okay, yes.
I admit I'm slow, but I'm not that slow. The graph there.
Honorable person, I said I do understand.
Okay,
in
so
terms of
now-
mathematical
So now-
sequencing.
All right. So now on the blue line, you now have black. There, the blue line says you have it representative of black, colored, and Indian. That's what it says there, correct?
Correct.
What are you saying to me? You had to add foreign national for the person who reads the graph. You had to add foreign national. The blue line also represents foreign national, correct?
Yes.
You did not do so, meaning foreign national is not included in the blue line, correct? No, the graph,
Yes,
look at the
yes.
graph.
I agree with you.
You agree?
In terms of,
now
yes, the
I'm
description.
asking, why is it not included there?
It's an omission that I'll look into it so that I can correct.
You know that word omission? I've been hearing it. And you know what I did, Chair? Because I continued to hear omission, because I'm slow, I went to the dictionary to go look, what is this omission? Does it exclude intention? I came to find the word omission means you intentionally discard it. So the fact that you used omission now means to me, you are saying you intentionally discarded that.
Yeah, we're approaching 40 minutes, Honorable Sauls.
Last one. This is the last question.
Please.
Thank you for your indulgence, Chair.
Yeah, but also, you know, I'm allowing you on this one, but the numbers that you guys are discussing are not even accurate. So you guys,
Chair.
literally no, but we have taken about 15 minutes discussing.
But Chair, I was going to go to the accuracy of the numbers, but because of time I can't. But I wanted to make the point that what we are continuously receiving, Chair, reflecting from the slides that we've been continuously given, it is misleading. It is giving the impression that there's transformation, and there's not. And I was trying to help here to say there's no way to explain around it. That's my submission, Chair.
Yeah, HR.
Just the what appointments. Let's go to that one. What appointments do, or what positions do the foreign nationals occupy?
We have 5. In that 5, 2 are PL1 in the business studies as lecturers. Then we have also 2 in the engineering PL1. Then we have 1 in engineering who is on PL2.
Are those jobs that South Africans can do?
Yes, from all the specs, yes, we have South Africans who can do the job.
The law requires that when you give jobs to legal foreign nationals, which you are more than welcome to do, they are our brothers and sisters, those who are here legally. But the law requires when you do that, there must be South Africans that is unable to do those jobs. There's no South African you could find to do those jobs. You are saying that there are South Africans can do those jobs. It's not a scarce skill. So what you have effectively done, you have employed more foreign nationals than coloreds and Indians combined. And they are born here. Do you see my problem?
I do see it.
Do you concede it's wrong?
I do agree. I do agree, Honorable Chairperson.
To the entire leadership of this college, do you commit on record today, you will work hard to correct this?
Absolutely, sir.
Principal.
Thank you very much. I'm not starting another conversation, but all I am saying, the college, when we do recruitment, we advertise. The response of people also determines what, but in terms of principle, we would have liked to see this picture better.
I don't appreciate that. From someone who's been transferred. You should feel better. You should know better. You are at this college because this system looked at your situation that you were facing that side. You cannot come and say that the reason why that numbers looks like that is because you have advertised properly but no one comes. There are professionals that are looking for jobs of all races. Don't prioritize one. We are pushing for transformation that includes black, white, Indian, and coloreds in this country. Principal.
I was just about to conclude.
No,
that
but
in
you had a
principle-
preamble. It is simple for you to say, I commit. Those numbers we must work hard to change, like your colleague did. That's all you had to do. No justification. Just say, I will show leadership in driving the process to change that.
Okay, I commit, Chair.
Thank you, Principal. Chairperson, I want to thank you on the record for your indulgence. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it would have been the last time. Honorable Sauls. Honorable Khabo.
Beautiful, beautiful patriots. Another hot 40-minute long one-on-one, or should I say one on the whole leadership panel of the Flavius Mareka. It is in the Kroonstad area, for those who knows the Free State. It's in the Kroonstad area, just about an hour's drive outside of Welkom. So the oversight committee, the committee have been doing an oversight in the Free State TFET colleges, university, over this whole week from Monday or Tuesday. And every day they've been going to these different campuses, schools, and they have been going at the leadership of these places. So this one in Kroonstad looks to have been actually using the demographics. Maybe they must have checked other interviews where Honorable Sauls was also asking about the inclusion of the diversity of other people. So if you look at it, you will find that they maybe tried to cheat their way out of it and play the system, especially looking at the fact that Honorable Sauls always tends to be asking the same bunch of questions, and they are all about inclusivity of different races and gender as a whole. And also, we find that these are some very, very troubling times in these schools. So, it is to the fact that in this very thing that we talk about, this video says that in their whole leadership, as he looks at them, none of them happens to be a female. Only men in the leadership in this university, in this college. And it gives off a different vibe to it. Because in today's world, we find that women are not being given roles to play. And they are not being trusted enough. And it's one of the stigmas that we are fighting as a country. To not only see women as secondary people who cannot actually lead. And this, I really liked on how Honorable Sauls really went into it. Because has to fight for women, the inclusivity of women in our workspaces, and not just seeing women as people who do not deserve to be in leadership, because women are natural leaders. Women deserve more respect. And in this, find that very discouraged to the fact that there is no female leadership in the Flavius Marek, to the fact that there was even somebody who played an acting position as the leader, the principal of that school for 2 whole years and was a female who ran it successfully. All of a sudden, when she's supposed to be given that permanent role, then somebody who is transferred from a different school is to go there. Then that person is being given this position, but that one is still being not considered. And well, also yes, to a point that maybe that she was offered maybe the same position as she said that as they say she was given the possibility of work elsewhere but refused. And some people prefer to stay in same places, but you can see that she would have been happy for that position in that place. So I like how he actually pushes that for the gender equality and the recognition and appreciation of females. And that's saying that this person is not just any black person, it's also a black female African. And to the fact that do they not deserve the same respect? Especially having showed capabilities for a whole 2 years. And I also liked when he referenced onto the part saying that just because somebody was in trouble elsewhere does not mean that anything was going to happen to them for sure, because they do not want to actually see and appreciate that the person also deserved to be there and not be transferred elsewhere just because they want to stay in Constant and not go anywhere else. Then it seems that the person was so happy, if you go and look at the full interview of it, that there were less white people and there are now more blacks. So for them, that is an achievement. And with the South Africa we're trying to push today and looking at where we're trying to go, this didn't work well for him, especially in the fact that Honorable Ashley Sauls comes from a diverse party that does not only just look at whites and blacks as difference, but wants them all together in South Africa as a whole to work together. But also pressed onto this, so you are happy to the fact that there is no transformation, no visibility of whites in the school playing a big role here. that he wasn't happy on, but it seems that these members are happy on that fact. And also seems they were showed a graph, and on this graph saying that 80 something % of these people are now black, colored, and Indians. But when you check it, in that 80 something %, it's not even shared equally. See that in less than 1% are colored. I mean, less than 1% are Indians. A very, very small percent are colors, or almost no colors at all. But they try to put those races in one, whereas they can just say that there is none of these people here, just so that it is fair, honest, and clear, not to lie. Because lying, as if something is being done, gives off a very bad taste to the mouth. So these leadership of Flavius Mareka are really being exposed for being liars and cheats that they cannot actually even try to lie their way out of. And they found themselves just admitting to the fact that we really just scrambled some of these things just to try and get ourselves out of it. Lying, portraying something that is not there as if it is there. 5 foreign nationals are hired in this institution. 5 foreign nationals, all with skills that South Africans can do. All with skills that South Africans can do. And then the very same leadership of Flavius Marek can still not answer this. The foreign nationals that you hired are South Africans unable to do this work. So this goes on to also show that the people do not respect the citizens. They do not respect that South Africans are jobless. They do not even try to see how can we involve South Africans. How can we actually be together in all of this? And that is utterly wrong. That is a big, big failure coming from this panel. And hopefully, and how they admitted that they are wrong in all of the matters that Honorable Ashley Sauls pressed on, they will go and reflect. As much as they might just say certain things because they do not want more trouble, but they know that the time an honorable member Ashley Sauls will be meeting them again would probably be 2 years later, and hopefully not. That by the time they meet again, they will be able to show evidence of a transformation effort to have more leader women in there, have colors, have Indians, so that everybody can continue to enjoy the seas of South Africa as a whole, and not just one demographic of people, and then also denying another demographic of people, which is definitely wrong. Patriots, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you subscribe, share, let all your friends listen. Patriots are fighting. Patriots are fighting like they had promised that they would fight for an inclusion of patriots of colors, of Indians in the whole of South Africa, to also enjoy these, and not just one group of people. South Africa is all for us, under God, and as one. Salute, patriots on Spizani. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Salute.
Sure, I would do honestly.